Hello YouTubers, thanks for joining me. This is Scott with the 1970 Chevy El Camino. This is video number 2. We're going to turn our attention to the inside of the vehicle. We're going to focus on some of these recent upgrades. So the Dakota digital dash system is located here. I have the PCS electronic control shifter in a custom panel that I had built to mount this. Eventually the interior will be upgraded and this will be switched out as well. However, this runs to a cable box, and underneath my seat there's a cable that runs through the transmission tunnel and it goes forward to the transmission. And instead of having a column shifter, I can simply push a button and it will manually move or electronically move that cable and switch the gear at the transmission. So this is a really great way to add in a little modernization and fun to an older vehicle. I really love this combination, and the PCS electronic shifter also gives me the ability to add paddle shifters. These paddles can go from first, second to third, second to first. You cannot paddle into neutral, reverse, or park. That is a built-in safety feature. Also, when you go to move the vehicle out of park, reverse, or neutral, you have to press in the brake. Again, that is a safety feature in order to safely move the vehicle and not cause any damage to the transmission. Really nice, well thought out safety features. Now turning to the gear vendors unit. The gear vendors allows me to split gears, taking a 3-speed turbo hydro 400 transmission and making it a 6-speed transmission, where I can go from first to first over, second over, third, and third over. There are 2 custom design switches that I added. I removed the floor switch. In fact, I never installed it. I wanted to have everything built right here at the steering wheel, which is a Momo jet black with carbon fiber accents. So this gear vendors button is the auto switch. When it's depressed and in the pressed in position, it will activate automatically. The gear vendors will select when to go into and out of overdrive. It's for the casual driving. Whenever you're performance driving, you want to make sure you're in the out position. It's going to be off, so you're going to be in manual mode and you're going to simply control. This is a latching switch as well. It has a green LED, which matches the green LED from gear vendors. The GV button, this one is red, so you'll see them toggle back and forth between the red and green LEDs, just like you see here on that display. So the overdrive is manual, and this one doesn't have a memory position. You simply are toggling on and off depending on the position it was last in. That won't matter. Where the gear vendor's latching switch on this side, always depressed, means auto mode is active and on. Okay, let's go ahead and fire up the vehicle and have a listen to the motor. Okay, we're at idle, have a nice low rumble. This has a mild cam in the blueprint motor. Also have custom exhaust pipes, 2.5 inch with an H pipe located right at the gear vendor's unit. MagnaFlows in the back with 4-inch double tapered exhaust tips. All right, let's do a couple revs. Okay. So now let's go out for a test drive and we'll show you some of these features in action. And I'll kind of do a demonstration and a discussion through the way. We're not going to do any hard drives at this point. We'll go fast. We'll have a good time here. But I really want to focus on these features and how they actually operate. So let's go into drive. I have to depress the brake, press drive. The car engages. We see third gear here on the display, and on the PCS electronic shifter panel, you see the drive located here. Okay. Go out for a drive. Right now the overdrive unit is off. Okay, we're up to about 50 miles miles an hour, I'm going to go ahead and activate the overdrive. You get a nice little crisp kick. You can see the green LED indicator on the dash, and it also is mimicked here on the steering wheel. When you're doing high speed, 80, 90 miles an hour, and you want to pass, you can just downshift into second over. You get lots of power. Or you can deactivate the overdrive and drop into third direct. So you got a couple of options. Both give you significant power. I actually enjoy driving when I'm not doing any performance stuff and I'm just driving and wanting to pass at high speed. I love to leave the overdrive on. I keep the RPMs lower, and I'll simply drop into second over by using the paddle shifter. So lots of options. But again, the real takeaway here is the paddles will go 1, 2, 3. Overdrive manual goes in and out for each gear you're in. I almost always drive this in manual mode. I don't use the auto drive. It just, it's not as fun. And it chooses the select points, which is usually around 40 miles per hour, which is pretty low, to activate that overdrive. And I don't need that when my RPMs are lower. We're going to jump on the freeway here and continue the drive. I'm going 60 miles an hour. Let's brake. We're going to drop gears. Overdrive is off. Here's second. Here's first. Does with the 373 Yukon Posi rear end and our RPMs. Alright, here's 75 miles an hour. I'm at, let's switch the gauge here, 2,700 RPMs with overdrive. Overdrive off. 3,500 RPMs. Huge difference. So when you really want that all-purpose vehicle that can have fun at the track and have some performance and then still be able to drive well at speed on the freeway going 75 to 80 and you're not at 3,500 RPMs, it's nice to have that overdrive. 80 miles an hour. 2,900 RPMs. Okay, so I'm going to hit it hard here. You're going to see with overdrive I don't have much power. I'm going to drop it off. Nice kick. Up to 100. Overdrive. update. It's been long overdue. I got more fun to do, more tricks up my sleeve. Stay tuned. I'll be back in a while. Bye, guys.